In today's vlog, I visit the open house of the brand new Seattle Convention Center Summit building. The Summit just opened up to the public on January 25th, and there are already conventions lined up for the space, so let's check it out. The open house began with us on the first floor of the Summit building, coming up from the parking garage. The decor on the first floor is a combination of wood and gold structures, as well as just bright white and black. That's like the main color theme of like most of the places, like white, black, gold, and wood. The main entrance is across the street from Paramount Theater, and it opens up to this beautiful wood lobby and into a brighter white main lobby, which is where the registration took place for the open house. There is a big open space that opens up to the bottom floors as well as opens up all the way to the very top. The space is very, very bright with a lot of natural light coming in from the large windows. One of the workers handed us a map of the area and directed us to go downstairs to the lower level to begin our actual tour. In between the floors, there were these landings that, this one's pretty bare, but I can definitely see some artwork being put on the walls here or just being used as a staging area for booths for conventions. The lower level is the main exhibitor hall. There is a stretch of the exhibitor lobby as well as a huge open space. You can see how big the space is just on this side. On the right hand side off screen, it is double the size. On the landing above, there are large windows that overlook the exhibitor hall, and you can see the other half of the hall, so you can see how big this space really is. On our way up the escalators, you can see the beautiful artwork that is painted on the bottom and sides of the building. Each floor was also labeled with a number structure that was decorated differently for each floor. The second floor features another wide hall that can be used for like an artist alley or just another exhibitor hall. This one is carpeted with really soft, fresh carpet. And it also has an area in the back that actually splits into another room. The open house also featured free food and drink for all of the attendees. These food stations were mainly pop-up stations. I didn't really see any permanent stations inside the building, except for that was in the lower level. There are supposedly restaurants that are attached to the building from the outside, but I did not get a chance to see them. This area in the back of this huge hall looks like it can be closed off completely. The walls look like they were sectioned to move, and there are several doors leading into this room. This floor features another ornate number sculpture. And there are escalators located on opposite sides of the building, so no matter which side you're on, you'll have a way up. On the landing between the second and third floor begins the hill climb, a set of beautiful wooden stairs. One side is a regular staircase, and the other side are bench seats, so it's a great hangout spot with lots of natural light and a great place for group photo shoots. Above the escalators, the ceiling is decorated in mirrors, as well as a carpet of hanging pieces of wood. There are a lot of wood accents in this building that just bring a level of warmth and nature to the space. On level 3 is where the meeting rooms begin. Most of the meeting rooms on this level have this beautiful wood accent on the entryways. And the rooms are double rooms, so they can be split apart into two smaller rooms, but the rooms as sized as they are actually a pretty nice size. They're not too big, not too small. I feel like if they were split into two, it'd be almost too small. This floor features 29 different meeting rooms. Most of them are these double rooms that can be combined into a bigger room. The ceiling decor is really interesting, and it's made of biodegradable material, and you'll see it on several floors. I think it just adds a really cool texture to the place. On the side of the building facing 9th Avenue is a garden terrace that can be accessed on the 3rd floor. There's also this big open space that opens down all the way to the very bottom level. This building just has so much natural light. It really brightens up the place. There's a big open spot in this area for people to congregate. There can be a spot for booths. And then down this hallway is the second set of meeting rooms on the back side of the building. Like the meeting rooms on the other side, these meeting rooms have the gorgeous wood accents on the entryway. But what I really like about the meeting rooms on this side are the ones facing the outside of the building have glass windows. So they let in lots of natural light, and also they have glass doors so you can see what's going on inside these rooms. So this would be a great place for workshops if people want to glance in and see what's going on before they actually enter the room. Some fun facts about the Summit building. Construction began in 2018 and it cost $2 billion to build. The Summit is 573,770 square feet, which makes it bigger than the old Convention Center Arch building, although it feels more compact. And there are 62 meeting rooms, many of which can be combined into larger rooms. At the other end of the 3rd floor is the entry to the garden terrace. According to the Convention Center website, the garden terrace is 14,000 square feet, half of which is covered area, and it features a wood patio and 2 large family-style tables under hanging lights. The terrace features stunning views of many historical buildings around this area, including the Camlin Building and Paramount Theater. Glass balconies surround the sides, which are great for people who are not afraid of heights. However, if you are affected by heights, maybe take a step back. The 4th floor featured a number sculpture that drew a lot of people's attention because it was the number 4 filled with cassette tapes of local Seattle bands. These included classic bands like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, and so many others. From here you can see how beautiful the view is from the hill climb. This is a really great place for photographs. On the west side of the building are large windows overlooking I-5 and a great view of Capitol Hill and Olive Tower. This hallway featured fuchsia benches as well as more meeting rooms with wood paneling. At the end of the hallway is a corner office with some really interesting wood paneling. It's almost like a bunch of pieces of wood that were just like glued together and sanded down. It almost looks like corkboard, but it's very smooth. This office featured a very tiny sink, as well as a mini fridge, a large table, chairs, and lovely view of construction. The next hallway were more meeting rooms, as well as more of those glass meeting rooms. Construction on this building began right when I moved to Seattle, so it's super exciting to be able to see it finally completed, and it is so beautiful. Like, I really enjoy walking around this space. At the other end of the 4th floor is the Terrace Suite. A really beautiful room with lots of wood paneling and very plush carpets, as well as huge windows overlooking the garden terrace. There's also a balcony you can take a step out on. The terrace suite can actually be split into 2 rooms, one smaller than the other, and they each have their own doors that open out into the balcony. On the 5th floor is the signature room, which pretty much mirrors the terrace suite. Same kind of floor, same kind of wood paneling, except this suite does not have a balcony. It just has the large windows overlooking the garden terrace. The 5th floor also features the Grand Ballroom. This was absolutely gorgeous. The magenta accents gives everything a lush velvety feel. From the ceiling are panels of fabric that are magenta on one side and gold on the other. So when you're entering from this direction, everything looks magenta, but when you turn around and come back the opposite direction, everything looks gold, and that's really cool. The far end of the ballroom features huge windows that overlook Capitol Hill, as well as I-5. And as you can see from the opposite side, the hanging ribbons are now gold. Just outside the ballroom features more of that beautiful wood paneling, as well as the wood hanging from the ceiling. Just a lot of just beautiful wood accents in this building. And there's also a summit sign, which I'm not sure if this is a permanent fixture, but it's a nice little photo opportunity. All in all, I love this building. It is so gorgeous and so bright, filled with lots of natural wood accents, and I cannot wait to come back here for Emerald City Comic Con 2023 and be able to explore more of the building for an actual event. Thank you so much for watching.